a story about diversity. Once there was a young Florsha named JB. JB was lonely because he had trouble making friends. He tried talking to others, but somehow it always went wrong. On Monday, JB saw Anya eating her lunch. As he walked by, he smelled what she was eating. He had never smelled anything like that before. JB stopped and looked at Anya.
What are you eating?
This is florple.
Ew, it smells weird.
Anya looked hurt. JB didn't understand why.
What?
He said.
It is weird. We never have food that smells like that at my house.
Anya explained.
My family comes from a place called Cadiat. In Cadiat, they love all kinds of foods that are rich in spices and have lots of strong flavors. We love color and smell and flavor. In Cadiat, no one eats sachkin, but everyone eats florple. It's not weird, it's just different than you.
Oh, you're right. My bad. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings by saying florple was weird. What I should have said was, that's different than what I'm used to. Tell me more about what you're eating.
Then on Tuesday, JB was walking through the hall when he came across Charlie. Charlie was waving wildly with their hands, and the lady that was with them was gesturing right back. JB stopped and looked at Charlie.
What are you doing?
The adult, Ms. EPA, began moving her hands as Charlie watched.
He wants to know what we are doing.
Charlie's hands began to move too. Ms. EPA spoke.
They said to tell you we are talking.
Talking? That's weird. We use our voices to talk.
Well,
said Ms. EPA.
Some folks like Charlie can't hear voices, so we use a different language to communicate, one that they can see, like this one. It's called sign language.
Oh, you mean when you wave your hands around like that, you're actually saying words?
Exactly,
said Ms. EPA.
You speak English and Charlie speaks sign language. It's not weird, it's just different than you.
You're right, my bad. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings by saying sign language is weird. What I should have said was, that's different than what I'm used to. Tell me more about what you're doing.
Wednesday morning, JB was on the playground before school. He noticed Claudia being dropped off for school by two ladies.
Bye, Mom. Bye, Mama,
called Claudia as they left.
Who are they?
These are my moms.
Two moms? That's weird. Every family I know only has one mom.
Well, there are lots of different kinds of families. Some have a mom and a dad, and some have either a mom or a dad. Some have two moms, and some have two dads. Some families don't have parents. They have grandparents, or some families have kids that are adopted. Some families have stepmoms or dads, and some families are just a group of people who love each other. The important thing is love. Having two moms isn't weird, it's just different than you.
You're right. My bad. I'm really sorry I hurt your feelings by saying having two moms is weird. What I should have said was, that's different than what I'm used to. Tell me more about your family.
Thursday at recess, JB was watching when Janet and Taylor were talking. Taylor was laughing at something Janet was saying, and then went into the school. JB went over to Janet.
What was he laughing about?
Asked JB.
She,
Janet answered.
Taylor goes by she. Her pronouns are she and her.
Last year, we called him he. That's weird.
Well, Taylor is more comfortable being called she and her. That's what makes her happiest. Some Plosha go by she, some by he, some by they or them. Those are called pronouns. He, him, she, her, they, them. Sometimes how we look doesn't match how we feel. So it's always best to ask and then respect how others feel. It's not weird, it's just different than you.
Oh, you're right. My bad. I'm sorry I hurt her feelings by saying she was weird because her pronouns have changed. What I should have said was, that's different than what I'm used to. Tell me more about your pronouns.
On Friday, JB came across a Portia he had never seen before. It was a new kid at the school.
Hey, who are you? I'm JB.
He called out.
My name's Adam,
Replied the new kid.
Well, Adam, I've never seen a blue Porsche before. That's weird.
Adam laughed.
I come from a place called Gallon. In Gallon, there aren't too many orange Porsche, everyone is blue. I've traveled all over the world, and I've discovered there are many diverse looking Porsche, depending on what part of the world you're from. So many different shapes and sizes and colors. It's really interesting and beautiful. Being a different color isn't weird, it's just different than you.
Really? That sounds super cool. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings by saying being blue was weird. What I should have said was, you're new here and I'd love you to tell me more about yourself.
It's okay. We can always keep learning to be better Porsche.
Thanks. Hey, would you like to be friends? I can tell you all about the new things I learned this week.
Sure.
Just then Pat came over.
Wow,
Said Pat.
I've never seen a blue Porsche before. That's weird.
Actually, it's not weird at all. It's just different than what we're used to. This is Adam, and he comes from Gallon, where almost everyone is blue. He's traveled all over the world and seen so many different things. I think it would be really cool to travel all over the world and go to places in different countries. And
JB had learned a lot that week about being different. And you know what? After all the things he'd learned, he didn't have any more trouble making friends. That's Weird, a story about diversity. Brought to you by EPEC Equity and Halifax Regional Arts.